I've never had Tang, but I feel like it probably tastes like Sunny D, which I hate.
No, Sunny D is very different.
Oh.
Sunny D,
they are different.
I love, but it tastes way more chemically than Tang.
Okay, yeah, and imagine Tang is kind of like if Sunny D had some gritty sand in it. Now imagine that. And now
honestly, that's kind of.
Are you trying to sell it to me?
No, it's like mouthfeel. It makes it more interesting than just a smooth beverage. It has a little texture. Yeah, it has grit.
Yeah, it has grit.
Hello.
Welcome to the Microtheticast.
Thank you.
My name is David. I'm the sexy one.
Jeez.
My name is Emily. I'm the one that doesn't need to define myself.
Oh, no boxes for you.
And I'm Mike. I'm the one.
Oh, Neo?
Yeah.
Cool. Or Jet Li.
Sure. Or the one you're going to marry.
Oh.
Not you.
Oh.
Maybe you. Who
Maybe
knows?
me.
Maybe you, listener.
Hey.
Could I be the one? That's a separate spin-off podcast.
Yeah.
that I'm doing.
That you do as a solo
Could
show.
I be the one? And it's just you telling all the listeners how maybe they'll fall in love with you and marry you.
Here are some ways you could fall in love with me.
It's a great way to meet people is just release a lonely podcast.
Honestly, a podcast as a dating profile could be worse. Could be worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be better. Could be worse.
I mean, I actually have like in chatting with people on dating apps, like told them about the podcast, not in an annoying self-promotion
Oh, no,
way, but I'll
that's
just
what
like,
you
what
open
kind of
with.
things do you do? And I'll be like, oh, wait, do this. And then sometimes they find it and listen to it and they like know a lot about me,
Then they
which is
know.
fine. I would rather have them know all of my weird thoughts than have it come as a weird surprise.
It's fair. Today on the Microtheticast, we're playing a game like we always do. This game is called The Good, the Bad, and the Answer. It's a game where we ask each other hypothetical open-ended questions and critique each other's responses because there are pros and cons to everything. I can start because, well, that just seems right. Unless you're very excited, Emily, or
No,
Mike.
you do whatever feels right for you, David.
Oh, wow.
David, I want you to make the right choice here.
Oh, no, now it's too much pressure. Okay. Hey, Emily.
Yeah.
If you could get a hug every morning from an anthropomorphic animal, what animal would it be?
Oh, I like that.
It can be a specific animal that you know or a general species of animal.
So it's the same one every
same one every
morning.
morning,
Okay.
yeah.
A red panda.
Oh.
Because they're so effing cute.
Yeah, they
They
are.
also seem like a very pleasant size and texture for hugs.
Yeah.
At first I was thinking of bigger animals, but that hug could get uncomfortable. It could be a little much. A red panda is like kind of like dog and cat shaped sized, maybe a little bit bigger, but has better arms for hugging. Dogs and cats don't have great arms for hugging.
No, but they are anthropomorphic. So they could transform into a slightly weird version of a dog or cat. But that is your answer. That is fine.
Yeah,
The point
red
is
panda.
not to talk about your answer a lot.
Yeah.
The point is for Mike to talk about your answer and me too.
The bad part about that red panda who's going to hug you every morning is that in their downtime between your morning hug and the next morning hug, that red panda would be living here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I think a lot of people don't know what a red panda is. Thus, while that red panda went about its day, innocent little hugging red panda, people would mistake it for a raccoon, I think. Because if you look at what a red panda looks like, it looks more like a raccoon than a panda.
Yeah.
Apparently, also, they're not actually pandas.
I mean, of course they're not. They're like tiny little raccoon
I know, but
foxes.
we call them pandas.
Yeah, that's weird.
So it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
But I do think people would mistake them for raccoons and make a lot of false assumptions about them being into trash. And
Which is not wrong. Raccoon lifestyle,
No,
totally
not
cool.
wrong.
But they might like try to feed it trash.
I
And
mean,
then
it's
it would
not wrong
die.
as long as they don't scare me and stuff and hide in my
Well,
trash can.
that's a you problem.
No, it's not. So I think that red panda would suffer from a lot of like false assumptions and discrimination because people would be like, "Oh, it's a raccoon. Get out of here before you chow on my garbage." So it'd be kind of a rough life for that red panda.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the good thing about the red panda is that in a lot of its downtime as well, that is a great companion. And I think it might be good at snuggling. It might be good at basically roaming around your house like a cat. Like a red panda probably isn't a great pet to have. I'm not sure. I know when people adopt exotic animals, sometimes it's like a really bad idea. And I don't know if the red panda is one that you can like have as a pet and it's responsible to do. But it does feel like it would be pretty cute and pretty cuddly. It could be like a little throw pillow on your bed, basically, is what I'm thinking. But that hugs you every morning, that's amazing. I think your endorphins would be through the roof. So endorphins.
Great.
That's what's good about that.
My main motivator in life.
That makes sense.
I'll go. I'm going to ask Mike a question.
Hi.
If your skin to anybody who touched it, including you, had a very unskin-like texture, but you get to pick what that texture is, what would you pick?
Ooh, very unskin-like.
No one would ever, when closing their eyes and touching your skin, think it was actual human skin.
Treasure chest. Pick treasure chest.
Treasure chest texture. The one we all know and love. A simple brush of the skin can be detected. Good question. Good question. I'm going to go with stainless steel.
Oh, oh yeah! Wow. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say the good thing about that is that you can't be scratched. You probably can't be hurt.
No, she said texture. It's just how it feels. It's not how it functions.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So calm down, David.
Texture, though, feels like stainless steel when someone touches you. It's a very specific thing.
It's a tactile illusion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I think the good thing is it might be fun to shower for you. I think that could be a really cool experience. Like, I don't know, like washing dishes, it would feel like that. It would feel a little bit like very easy to tell whether or not your skin was like clean or not. Because you would know, like, I can feel the bumps or not. Like, it's gone. Soap on my body, stainless steel skin, completely clean.
Polishing that up with the towel afterwards.
Yeah, I think you would feel really, really sparkly once you got out of that shower. Even if you weren't actually sparkly, because I do know you did not become a robot person.
No,
which is okay. But I think it would feel cool to wash yourself.
Sure, yeah.
So I think showers would be extra fun.
Yeah, sure.
I think the bad thing would probably be that snuggling would be tough.
Yeah, tough.
One of the best things about snuggling is that skin is soft and warm.
Mm-hmm. Not cold and hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you'd probably be able
poorly?
to modify it by just lots of blankets and wearing like soft sweatshirt, but it would still be like
when you wanted to get more intimate, it would still be a problem. But maybe that would be nice because then people wouldn't bump up against you in your sleep, which you don't like because you like to sleep alone.
Yep, sure.
So
I can
might actually be
keep
good.
people away from me by bumping into them with my stainless steel skin.
all right, Mike,
I think
your
that
turn.
was a bad choice.
I mean, well, you know,
No,
I thought it was
I wanted
pretty
to see
cool.
what would happen.
Yeah, you just got to choose.
David.
Hi.
Your hands have been chopped off. Whoops.
Cool. Yeah, that's all right.
The doctors, however, have good news. They can replace them with whatever kind of hand or grabbing thing that you want. Anything you want. Could be even the hands of a famous person if you want.
Cool, yeah.
What do you want for hands?
Oh, well, when you suggested famous person, I was immediately like Rachmaninoff's hands because he has the widest range on the piano of any human ever and can play things that no one else can play, and it's amazing. But that's actually kind of boring because that doesn't give you anything to do. Octopus tentacles. That's my choice.
Okay.
For many good reasons that I will keep in my heart.
Good. Because the bad thing about that is that you would leave little suction cup marks all over things.
That's true.
So like, you know how I always get annoyed when I'm like drinking from a glass and I like had put on like lipstick or lip gloss and I'm like, ugh, I know this glass is getting dirty, but I don't want to see the evidence of it.
Right,
Your glass would like immediately have little grubby circles all over it from your suction cups. Yeah, because you're like, it's like octopus tentacles outside of water.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they're just like picking up little gross, nasty particles.
Clean.
And
no
I mean, I
how
could have
much
just said that actually as the bad thing.
It's also a bad thing.
It's just like, it's like one of those little sticky toys that you could buy for $0.25 in those machines at the front of the grocery store.
Sticky hands.
And it's like cool until 15 minutes later it's covered in nastiness.
Those are a trap. You think, wow, this has changed my life. Nothing will be the same.
And then you drop it on the floor of the minivan and it's like the most horrifying thing you've
There's
ever
nothing
seen.
you can do at that point. It's over. You throw it in the garbage. I should have said sticky hands.
I was actually hoping you'd stick with Rachmaninoff's hands because I was going to go with the monkey paw twist of that they're actually his hands and they're just skeleton hands. But you didn't do that.
Still a wide reach though.
So the good thing.
Still could play good a piano.
Yeah, sure. The good thing about those octopus tentacle appendages is that they're so versatile.
So versatile.
You could just, and they are very strong too.
Thank
you
you.
could like squeeze lemons with them.
So much
We can do that with our hands.
Okay, but it'd be easier.
Okay.
Yeah, way easier. So much
Yeah.
leverage. The torque on those puppies. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can have a lemonade stand.
Yeah,
and those
that'll
tentacles,
make
like,
the
they have
money.
enough suction. Maybe you could climb walls.
I probably could.
Take that, spider guy.
Yeah, take that, spider guy.
Yeah.
You leave behind your little
I'm
grubby
Doc Ock.
suction prints on the walls, though.
Why do you keep calling him grubby?
Because they are.
You don't know me. I clean.
Oh my
I
gosh.
clean.
But yeah, you could use those things for squeezing.
I love 'em.
For squashing, for sticking, for loving.
All right, that's enough octopus
No,
propaganda.
that's four really important words to my life. So
Yeah.
thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
It's my turn to ask you a question.
I will be asked.
If everything in the world had to feel like one texture to you, what texture?
Ground up hamburger meat.
Yes.
Just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. I think I chose bad with that stainless steel skin. So
You're actually
Stainless
going to
steel.
think about it.
Stainless steel skin just sounds really good in the mouth.
can you clarify for me if
Yes.
like when I eat things, is the texture of my mouth also
Let's say just hands.
Just hand touch?
When you hand
different?
touch.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was thinking about eating something because I like
that'd be
a
weird.
fuzzy cuddly bear would be fun to touch, but
Yeah.
not in my mouth.
Not in your mouth. You
I
don't
don't
want a
want
fuzzy
to
cuddly bear
fuzzy
to eat.
bear meat.
No.
Okay, to touch then. Let's say memory foam.
Ooh.
Yeah, memory
Okay.
foam.
Okay. So, you know when you're trying to like stay fit and you're like doing push-ups or pull-ups or something,
Yep.
resistance is very important in those workouts. And memory foam is just like the worst kind because it doesn't even feel like it's just not there. It's like there, but then it continues to like squish. So anytime you like try to do a push-up, you'd just be kind of like wobbling around on the ground or like trying to pull up, but you'd feel like you were squishing a bar too much. I don't think you could get as huge as you could otherwise. And I know it's important to you to get ripped.
Yeah.
So
Swole.
like I know that about you for sure. And so I think you'd be really sad that you couldn't just totally destroy your body and get those sick gains that you want. What do you think, Emily?
I think the good thing about it would be that is that memory foam doesn't conduct heat very well. So you would never burn your hands. So like getting into your car on a hot summer day, you touch your steering wheel and it wouldn't feel like hot, hard plastic. It would feel like soft, squishy, very moderate temperatured
Right.
memory foam.
Soft, warm foam.
If you were cooking and you accidentally touched a hot surface,
Yeah.
it would just feel like
How
nice
nice.
and squishy.
You could take pizzas out of the oven by just grabbing them.
Yeah, it might still burn your hands.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
that's a
the
good
thing.
point.
Is that
So-
the
You
wouldn't
touch is there
feel
for a
like-
reason.
Yeah, but you wouldn't feel it. So
Which is
that'd be fun.
Actually dangerous
Yeah.
and bad.
But for things like a hot steering wheel,
Yeah, it's fine.
that isn't going to actually like significantly burn you, but just be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Might just feel
Same
nice.
thing of like with like cold, it wouldn't feel as cold either. It's just a moderately temperatured
nice.
thing. I think I'm saying that wrong, but let's
That's
go with
fine.
it.
Moderately temperatured. Yeah, that's good.
David,
Yeah.
if you could turn the sensitivity of your sense of touch up 50% or down 50%, which would you choose?
Oh no, this is a tough one. Up.
The good part about that is that you'd be able to feel when earthquakes are coming through the earth.
I could just touch the ground and be like, here we go, Rumble Town.
Yeah. Like you'd be able to feel when things are coming close.
At all.
So you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
I feel the vibrations. And I think the bus is going to come soon.
That would be nice, actually. I
Yep.
wouldn't have to use my transit app as
you'll
much.
just know. I'm assuming that a 50% increase in touch is enough to have
Yeah, that seems about right.
universal touch powers.
I don't know. I can just touch the air and I can feel the way the wind is blowing. I can do that now.
Yeah.
I can do that now. So I could still do that.
I mean, there are obvious like things like pleasant touches would be so pleasant.
So pleasant.
But I really think that if you could feel like you'd be able to like your touch sense of touch would be able to replace other senses. Like you'd be able, instead of seeing things, you could like feel them coming.
Maybe I could feel sound waves in a way that people don't. Like sometimes you can feel bass, but only if it's very extreme. Yeah, that's cool.
The vibrations would tell you
that'd be pretty cool.
stories.
Yeah. What's bad, Emily?
The bad
What's
thing
bad?
about it is that clothing, you
Uh-oh.
would have a hard time finding clothing that felt nice to wear and not distractingly uncomfortable and bad.
That is very real.
So you'd
You are
probably end up just having to spend your life in like a loose fitting fleece footy pajamas.
Which is Sounds okay.
It sounds okay,
But
but
not
I
ideal.
think there would be a lot of ripple effects on your life if
I think
that
you're
is
right.
what you had to wear.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Wow, I did not think about clothes hanging on my body, but yikes. Yikes indeed.
No more spiky pants.
Yeah, I can't wear those porca pants anymore.
Emily,
Yeah.
you have to walk for a mile in bare feet on
Wow, that just sounds bad, period. Like,
But-
why are you so mean?
Hold on. You get to choose. You are going to walk this mile on a foodstuff of your choice.
Yes.
So what food would you want to walk for a mile on in bare feet?
I choose a firm cheddar cheese.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to say the good thing about that is, Emily, you're a person that loves a good cheese. I know this about you.
I even love a bad cheese, if I'm being honest.
Let's be honest. And a firm
Velveeta.
cheddar, that's nice. I mean, that's no Crystal Farms or Kraft shit. That's probably some good aged biz. So walking on that, I think it will be kind of like being in a fantasy world. To experience food in a different way than it is meant could probably either be horrifying or really awesome. And I think you could really lean into it being awesome because it's infinite. Like, you won't feel the obligation of I should be eating this and not walking on it. It's a mile of cheese. And you'll probably scoop some up. You'll have some for later, which is nice. Or on the walk, you won't get hungry because you'll just nibble on the ground. Sounds cool. But I think the good thing is being able to experience the feeling of cheese, which is a cool feeling. It has a cool texture, like rubbery, but it has a little give, but not too much, in a way that nobody gets to. Nobody walks on cheese. It's a great new experience.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think the bad side of this is that as you walked on the cheese, it would kind of collect on your feet like a cheese boot.
Yeah.
And so by maybe even part way through this mile, you'd have this like cheese boot on your foot.
Cheese boot.
That would just maybe even stick to your foot afterwards and you wouldn't be able to get it off.
Forever.
Forever. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
I feel like
welcome to your new life.
the cheddar cheese would kind of get melty as you walked on it. So you know how when you use a cup for orange drink or Tang, and if you use it for that too much, then the Tang goes into the plastic.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
a water bottle. I remember in college, this guy used his water bottle for Tang, and then everything he put in
that
it
is
after
too
that
much Tang
I think
for
it
anyone.
tasted like
Too
Tang.
much Tang.
And so I think you would be able to get off this coating of cheese, but I feel like there might be this lingering film of cheese that's part of your feet. And anytime they got too hot or something, you'd smell that
Yeah.
cheddar
Get real
smell.
sweaty, like sweaty
That sounds
cheese.
honestly like a spa treatment. They'd just be softer.
Yeah, you got Tang feet.
I'm just saying it might go bad, but
Okay.
on the whole,
Might go bad.
it does seem like it might be nice too.
Yeah.
Depending on if you're into it.
What an adventure.
Thank you so much, listeners, for tuning in yet again. If you want to find us on the internet, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You could also send us an email, hypotheticast@gmail.com, or go to our website. Who goes to websites anymore? You should do it, hypotheticast.club.
Go to a website.
And write a review.
Yeah.
We don't have a place to review us on our website, but other websites do, like iTunes, which is not a website, I guess, but an application.
Yeah, and also a website. You can
Okay,
go
all
to
right.
iTunes.com.
Yeah.
Anywhere you
it's a
can write a
website.
review for us, please do that.
Yeah.
It's great. And tell your friends about us. That's all. Tell your
Damn it.
friends about us. I say it all the time. You know what I mean.
Yeah, tell them. Thank you to Jaden James and The Hunger for letting us use their wonderful song Killing It as our theme song. It's from their album Raw if you want to get it. Thank you to Christian Hagen for designing our sweet, sweet logo. And thank you to you, every listener in the whole wide world. Thank you so much for listening and for submitting questions and for participating in this big old thing that we do.
Called life.
Yeah, we call life.
This big old game called life. Rolling the dice, moving the cars. You know how it goes.
I'm marching, marching, 'cause I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
Yeah, octopi are really Octopodes, I found out recently.
Oh no.
Plural
feels
of
like a
octopus.
lie.
I feel like everyone every
Octopodes.
week, just like whether or not coffee is good for you, a new plural name of octopus comes out, and they're like, okay, but now we
I
figured
think
it
we've
out.
closed the book on this
I
one.
think we just-
Octopodes.
Octopodes. I mean, it's fun to say. I like
Yeah.
octopuses, but you do.
Disagree. I will not participate in that.
Ooh, yeah. This is how language works.